Sustainability means that things can keep going, can sustain themselves, can continue into the future and go on forever. From a human perspective, sustainability for our planet means that it can continue to do what it was designed to do: provide fresh air, clean water, produce food, and allow us all to have a high quality of life forever. Unsustainability means that it cannot, and that is where we are now. 20 years ago, scientists in Sweden developed a definition for sustainability with 4 basic principles. These can be seen as the care instructions for our planet. If we follow them, it is good for our planet. And because we're part of the system that is our planet, it's good for us too. The care instructions are as follows: reduce our dependence on fossil fuels and heavy metals, reduce our dependence on synthetic chemicals that persist in nature, reduce our destruction of nature, ensure we are not stopping people globally from meeting their needs. Demand for the Earth's services, clean air, water, food, increases as the population increases and living standards rise, but the Earth's ability to provide these services is declining because of the way we're living. In our search for prosperity, growth and success, we are destroying the system that we as humans are completely dependent upon: nature. We humans have become a threat to our own way of life. The Earth is a system and everything is connected: society, environment and economy. To live sustainably, we need to follow the 4 care instructions and apply them to everything we do at home and at work. If we can follow these care instructions, we can work together to be sustainable. We will all have a better quality of life. We'll waste less, we'll pollute less, and we'll create more things we value in society, while improving our planet's chances of providing us with the very things we need to survive.
Europe is a nice place with some really great people, but man, do we love to throw things away. In fact, the average European junks about 525 kilograms of waste each year. I mean, that's a whole lot of stuff. And much of it really is stuff as opposed to waste. Useful stuff, worth money. All in all, it's just a waste of waste, isn't it? It's pretty hard on your back too. So, what can you do about it? Stay tuned. OK, so you've got your half a ton of waste, which might not make you half a ton of money, but it could make you some. And off we go. A lot of the stuff in the bag is pretty useful as it is. Some bottles just need a wash-up and a new cap. And old clothes and furniture come back into fashion before you know it. Some of it might need a bit of repair, but hey, that's job creation right there. Can't be a bad thing, can it? That's it, we're talking reuse. You might need to spend some money to make this happen, but since useful stuff is valuable, you'll get it back. And then some. Now, some of your waste might be useless in itself, but made out of good stuff, like metal, glass, paper and cardboard, all of which can be utilised again if you treat it right. And in fact, some of the really weird stuff used in electronic gadgets is so scarce that we actually need to use it again, if we don't want to run out. And yes, it's called recycling. Of course, collecting and processing isn't free, but here's the clever bit. Recycling turns your waste into useful stuff that can be sold. Shazam! Money in the bank, mate. And as if by magic, new jobs will appear as well. So, how's your back then? Better, eh? Looking good. OK, let's go. Let's have a look at what's left in the bag. Food leftovers, used cooking oil, some wooden paper, lots of plastic and smelly stuff like cat litter and used diapers that sadly can't be reused or recycled. Or can it? Actually, it can. If you burn it to generate power and heat buildings, and collect the biogas to use as fuel, it might not smell of roses, but hey, this is useful stuff. Of course, you need to make some initial investments, but in the long run, burning waste is definitely a whole lot cheaper than burning oil or coal. Same with greenhouse gas emissions. No contest, really. And then there's job creation again. This neat little trick is known as energy recovery. Not much left in the bag, is there? A whole lot less than half a ton, that's for sure. Time to get rid of what's left at that place we all know and hate as the dump. Sadly, it can't be avoided completely. Some waste is simply useless and won't even burn. Ah well. Of course, you don't want poisons lying about, so harmful stuff needs to be securely destroyed or stored out of harm's way. Safety first, of course. And there's job opportunities there as well. But hang on a second. Do you really need to create that much waste to begin with? Come on, it's half a ton for crying out loud. Of course you don't. We could all begin by actually eating the food we produce. Today, half of it goes into the bin somewhere along the line. I mean, that's just wrong. Another good idea is to steer clear of disposable containers and packaging. And why not try reading the paper online instead of on paper? And so on. The trick is to reduce the amount of stuff you throw away in the first place. So there you have it. And you know, the cool thing is that all this is being done all over Europe as we, or rather I, speak. For instance, in Norrköping, Sweden, 4 local fuel and power companies literally live off each other's waste. The stuff that one company discards becomes the next one's raw material. And round it goes. Brilliant. Meanwhile, in Hungary, a mushroom growing company have this really sweet sideline going. An electric power plant fueled by biogas made from mushroom scraps and used growing substrate that produces marketable green power. I mean, how clever is that? And in Cumbria in the UK, the county waste management people have worked with teachers and pupils to turn the Cockermouth School into a sustainable school. This is good news in more ways than one. Not only does the school chuck away a whole lot less than before, but the pupils have become expert reusers, recyclers and reducers in the process. And that's vital. After all, we're not born with sustainability skills. We all need to learn them. It's not like it's rocket science or anything, or it would be Stephen Hawking telling you this and not me. But still, knowledge is power. Green power. So, education and information is a big piece of the puzzle, no doubt. Costly, sure, but then again, you need to create jobs, don't you? I mean, let's face it, wasting your waste is such a waste.
I'm proud that our company has had a lead role in helping the community achieve the goals and the water quality that we have in Tampa. When I first came to work for Mosaic, one of my concerns as an environmental professional is that I was going to work for a company who was committed to the quality of the environment. We are an industry leader in treatment technology. We operate 2 large reverse osmosis units that are the state-of-the-art treatment, much better than conventional technology. The plants are designed so that the rain that lands on the property is captured and reused. We reuse it multiple times. In fact, 95% of the water we use is recycled. And before we discharge anything, it's tested and treated to assure that we don't have any adverse environmental impacts. Mosaic has partnered with the Tampa Bay Estuary Program and their Nitrogen Management Consortium to help improve the quality of the bay. Water clarity is better, water quality is better. I love the bay. I spend most of my weekends on a boat or on the shoreline of the bay. My wife and son and I. The bay has very healthy populations of sports fish, beautiful wading birds. There are manatees, and not only that, but it's just a great place for a family to go out and enjoy themselves on the shorelines or out on a boat on the bay. It is just a wonderful treasure for the community.